Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Pain. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the tide. Baby said that she in love and she don't love a lie. Been chillin' with all the birds, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lie. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say no, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle love without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let it top, but shorty always get the fussing. Yeah, hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on her. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on her. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on her. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end. Yeah, to the nights, yeah, yeah, to the nights end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing, and it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Selling Brody couldn't stand for it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like a Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah, talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future looking good.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Taking a quick break in the action here to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. Make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com because, hey, that's where you find our podcast as well as other sports, finance, food, travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts for your own personal needs. You know, whatever you're into, hop on there, check it out. Sixpackcoverage.com also has a shop where you can shop for all your favorite six-pack coverage wants and needs like flags and t-shirts, including the Ride the Tide t-shirt, which is out now. Be sure to check out sixpackcoverage.com today.
Welcome back to another episode of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast.
Amazing.
We got the entire crew back. Tycho, Wander, Snoop. It's just good when all four of us are here. It's a better vibe, you know what I mean? But all the boys are back. Season 2, episode... I don't remember. If any of you remember, you can say it. Just spew it out.
You know, you say this
51.
almost every
Come on.
episode, so it's kind of, how do you not remember?
Because you know what Tyler does? He knows he has the power to put it up when he can put it up. So I think he likes to fuck with me, and then he'll put it up after I forget.
Or you could be like, oh, I said 50 last time. 51.
I don't remember that. I do have no recollection of the last podcast. I don't even remember what we talked about.
What? You have zero recollection of the last podcast?
I'm on to the next, baby. It's like a new game, new mindset.
Wow.
Unless we have to
Explains
talk
a
about
lot of
something.
his takes.
How that does explain a lot of his takes.
That's a hot take.
I didn't mean for it to come out like that.
Immediately, like on Saturday, like for example, you talk about UFC with Luke on Wednesdays, and then you also go in and talk about UFC with Luke on Saturdays. But everything that Dylan said on Wednesdays going into Saturday does not fucking matter anymore. He's just gonna.
I just repeated.
He could have a whole new mindset on Saturday because he doesn't remember what he said on Wednesday.
No, I just repeated on Saturday as if Wednesday didn't happen.
But you don't even know what you said on Wednesday.
Exactly. So I could just be repeating the same exact thing.
Or you couldn't be.
Or I couldn't. But most times I am.
I don't know how, but you
You
still...
can do your own
Consistency is
research.
not
I-
key.
I-
I don't know. I might have to. I might have to deep dive on this.
I don't know how, but you still managed to shock me to this day.
Hey, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to just keep your life interesting in good ways and bad.
Well,
Mostly
you
bad.
keep doing it by keeping your own life interesting, and I'll watch from a distance. I promise. I'll watch.
Hey, man, I'm my own human.
I'll give you feedback when you ask for it and when you don't ask for it. But regardless, We got some sports news to unpack for you guys today. We got some MLB, some NFL. Dylan's got some beef with Chris Sims that
Kiss
we're
my
gonna
ass.
get into. The wheel of Jimmy G. Where will Jimmy G end up? Soldier Field might not be outdoors anymore. They could be possibly getting a roof. Michael Thomas, after 2 years, might finally be back. We got a tough honeymoon for Bjorkstrand. We got an NBA update with the Celtics possibly being interested in getting a little piece of KD. The Pistons bring back a new jersey, and we got some bets and some UFC, a little recap for you from London that we'll get into as well. So with that being said, we will kick things off with the MLB update, starting off with Mike Trout. Mike Trout is the first person we're talking about today, and he is in tough water, and I can say that and mean it as a joke because Mike Trout is a fish.
I thought that was funny.
Anyways, moving
Angels
on.
trainer Mike Frosted said that Mike's Trout is doing better, but it's unclear how long he will be out, and there is a concern that it could be a while. But here is the killer. He was diagnosed with a rare back condition and might have to manage back his entire career. That rare back condition is called carrying the Angels for 12 fucking years. So if you didn't know, that's the fucking condition, because that'll do that to your back. Obviously I'm joking, but I'm not. And the problem with this is that
Dylan, you know you're not joking.
I'm not.
Everyone knows you're not joking. He literally carries the Angels day in and
That's
day
the rare
out,
condition.
and they have broken his vertebrae. He is becoming a worm.
Correct. And now
By the end of his career, he'll be a worm.
You're about to break his back, and he's still young, and it makes me mad.
Well, I mean, look, he's either got to go or he's gonna break his entire system. Is just gonna shut down at some point.
You've seen that swing. It's a beautiful swing, but at the end of the day, that leg kick, every time he's swinging to go yard because he's like, damn, I'm the only one that's gonna get a run. You can mess up your back.
I had to teach Ohtani the leg kick. He's like, hey, this is what we got to do. This is the only way we're getting runs out here. So, leg kick, hit it yard. But Mike Trout is in trouble, which means that the Angels are also in trouble. But another team that has continuously not been in trouble is Baltimore.
Yes.
Who
and
are moving up a little bit here.
We could say that, but I think that it'd be better to say that, speaking of what you were just saying, downfalls, Boston is
in
downfall.
the shitter.
You want to know
Sorry,
how you beat Boston right now? You put the ball in play. That's it.
Yeah, and they don't have any fucking pitchers, so that's gonna be pretty fucking easy. A fucking Boston pitcher, oh my god, it's just. Let me pull it up. I can't.
So here's why we're talking about this.
I
would just say, here's why we're talking about this. For the first time in a long time, Boston has moved down to last place in the division. And I know that Jesse likes this. I'm going to go to him right now because he has made the bold take with me that Baltimore is taking the wild card, and they are now in fourth place. So.
Yeah. They looking nice, but they're losing to the Reds right now. We need to get that 50th win on the board. They don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but they're playing good baseball right now, and they're over 500. They're 49-48. Boston is 500 right now, but I'm going to be honest, they're probably going to fall under 500 quickly. Tyler, did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, yes, I found what I was looking for, and I'm ready to do what I wanted to do. Okay, let's start with just the Boston starting pitchers, not including the ones that are currently injured and not playing, but the ones that have been pitching. Okay, first up.
Yeah, Chris Sale came back for 2 innings. That was it.
First up, Nathan Eovaldi.
Damn, former All-Star.
Next up, we got Nick Pivetta.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Cheeks.
Oh, we would say Michael Wacha next, but he's on the injured list, so
Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, and then the fifth pitcher we got here is Rich Hill. Oh, Reg Hill's on the injured list.
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's good though.
So, not on the injured list, according to ESPN, on the Boston Red Sox depth chart. They only have 2 pitchers. So times are tough in Boston. You'd rather go to Baltimore right now if you're trying to be in the B's, Boston, Baltimore. You're gonna want to move right about now. Boston's not looking good. It's looking really bad, but it could be looking worse. You could be like the Tigers and the Marlins. You could be entering full sell mode. I think the Marlins are protecting one player. The Tigers, it's not really worth it to protect anybody that we have anyway. So I don't think we are.
Here's what you need to know about these two teams. Unless your name is Jazz Chisholm or Tariq Skubal, you're on the fucking table.
Tariq Skubal is gone.
No.
The Tigers literally said the only player that they have interest in keeping is Skubal. They said that
I don't know.
only guy.
Where'd you heard that? Where'd you hear that from?
I'll go to my source.
I'll keep Riley Green. That's it.
Yeah, I would keep Riley Green. But via 97 won the ticket today. They were talking about a report that came out from Michael something. I think it was via The Athletic. I'm not 100% positive, but Tariq Skubal was a probably top trade piece for the Tigers. Like, if they did do something to try to fix this rebuild and not try to start all over, that it would have to be Tariq Skubal.
I was wrong. You were right. Move on.
Okay.
Ken Rosenthal said that Tariq Skubal is included. I just because he singled him out, and I was like, why is?
But this is the topic, so go ahead.
Yes, but the Tigers and the Marlins are in full send mode, and here's the biggest thing: Tigers, I don't even
full sell, although they should be in full send mode.
I honestly want to talk more about the Marlins because I'm more interested in what they're going to do. Because Jazz Chisholm is probably he's not going to get traded, so we'll take him out of the picture. But when you look at everyone else, they have a piece. The Marlins are a team that, yes, they're in a rebuild, but I feel like they can rebuild so much quicker or be in such a better position come towards the end of the year to even make a push to set up for next year, that even though they're selling at the deadline, I don't think it's going to be a situation of, I think they're going to get a big piece back. I think that they're going to get a piece or maybe 2. I don't think they're going to sell for nothing, whereas the Tigers, I think, are going to get Al Avila once again and probably end up selling more than buying, and what we do get in return will turn into nothing.
All we've done is sell for nothing, essentially.
That's what we'll do again.
We once we knew we were going, to the rebuild stages, we sold everything, all the good players for prospects, and essentially got all the wrong prospects, is what it looks like. And then couldn't trade out of it, and only traded ourselves deeper into a hole. And now we're gonna let the same guy, Al Avila, rebuild the team after he built such a disaster. That's the disaster in itself, essentially.
I agree 100%. Jesse?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Tigers, we've messed up on trades in the last couple of years, and we put ourselves in a hole. And all the guys we expected to hit well, they can't hit to save their lives. I don't know if it's down years or downward spirals of players' health. But Miami, I feel like at least they have more than one pitcher they can trust in their starting rotation. And I don't feel like we can trust anybody in our starting rotation.
That's true. And I think the one thing that Miami has, and the reason why I think they're going to be a contender, is as long as we are giving away hitters, I think they're in a good spot. Because I think you got to remember that young pitching core that they have. Alcantara is one of the best pitchers in the game right now. And I think that
Sixto? Pretty solid.
I'm saying that's a good rotation right there, that if you get some bats behind him that aren't Jazz Chisholm, because I'm not even saying that to bullshit you. There's nobody else on this fucking roster that is producing but Jazz Chisholm. So you need to get somebody else. And the problem is he's a fucking leadoff hitter.
And he's an asshole.
Well, I don't think he's an asshole.
People don't like Jazz.
I think that he just talks his shit. People get mad at that. But hey,
his own teammates don't. He has problem with his own teammates.
Him if he gets. I'm gonna teabag him, lad. I'm gonna teabag him like it's Modern Warfare 2.
maybe those teammates should get fucking shipped because they can't hit for shit and Jazz can. So if they have a problem with Jazz, maybe those are the same people that have a problem with not hitting home runs for 8 straight fucking home games. So maybe those are the people that should get fucking traded, and don't be mad at Jazz. Be mad that you suck at the game of baseball. That's what I think.
Hey, I get it. I hear where you're coming from, mate. I'm all about be better.
Exactly.
Stop
And
complaining
don't
and
be
be
mad
better.
at Jazz is better.
But Miami, yeah, they're in a tough spot.
It's going to be a real good test for Detroit baseball. It makes me upset and sad at the same time. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that didn't have depression honestly probably cured it from just stopped watching the Detroit Tigers. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's pretty simple. You just turn the game off. You hit the power button on the TV. It's bad, man. It's really bad. But what I was going to say is this is a really good test for first-year manager, female for the Marlins to see what she does.
Yeah, that is true.
Because she hasn't really had a big test yet. And another big thing I want to talk about is Adam Duvall, because love Adam Duvall. If you watched the World Series last year, you know that he was a big piece in winning that World Series. I think a lot of people love Adam Duvall because Adam Duvall is somebody that you can call off the bench in the 8th inning to pinch hit for a single, and he'll go yard. And everyone will go crazy. Adam comes back on the bench. That's what I think of when I think of Adam Duvall type guy. What would you say? I'm going to take that as I'm right.
Shout out, Duval.
Yeah, Duvall's a dog. And now the problem is he's going to be out for the season. The Braves are currently on the uprise on catching the Mets, who are starting to Met. So this kind of sucks. But at the same time, I think that the Braves are not going to be in a spot where they're going to go on a decline now. Probably going to create an opportunity for somebody else. But it sucks for Duvall that he's now out for the season. Don't know the injury, though. Didn't look that far.
It's sad Duval hurting, not having Freeman because, gone.
Right, and Rosario is not. Rosario is not going to play good until the postseason.
It's not his fault, but it is him.
Yeah, and that's just what it's going to be. But a lot of people have been saying, and when I say a lot, I mean the number one trade deadline thing I've seen on every Instagram and every Twitter post is trade Jorge back to fucking the Braves. Everybody thinks Jorge Soler, I'm talking about from the Marlins, going back to Atlanta. In the situation now with Duvall out, Jorge plays outfield. I could see it happening.
I'd love that.
I could now very well see it happen because I can never get on board with this. But now,
Yeah, they would as well.
now I think they could. So that's something to also keep a lookout in. From here until August 2nd, a lot of big names to keep a lookout on for the MLB trade deadline. I just want to put that back out there. But is that all the MLB news we have today?
Dylan, I have one question for you, my mate.
What is your question, Jesse?
Do you think that the Mets should go for Soto?
I 100% think they should. I think that if you ask me where Juan Soto will end up at the deadline, I said this before and I will say it again. I think he's going to the Mets. I think they are probably the team that I see him going to. The only other team I could possibly see going is New York because they're New York, and every year at the deadline for the past 5 years, they've landed a stud. Whether it's been someone that's helped them or hurt them like Joey Gallo, they go for it. So New York is the only other team that I could see maybe Soto going. But I honestly, so here's what I'm saying. To sum it up, I see Soto landing in New York. Whether that be Big Apple or the Bronx, I see him going to New York. Thank you.
Heard that. Thank you, Dylan.
Appreciate you. But now we can roll into some football.
Yes, we do have a little bit of football news. It's time for the NFL update, starting with something that I'm not familiar with. Let's hear it, Dylan. I guess apparently Dylan has beef with Chris Sims. First off, I don't think I'm 100% positive on who Chris Sims is 100%.
Do you remember that quarterback rating that we revealed on this podcast a while back? And we were like, who the fuck is this guy, thinking that he knows quarterbacks, and they were just absurd?
Oh, he does the ratings.
That's Chris Sims.
Oh, okay. So we'll beef with Chris Sims. Did he
we've already
release
had
another
beef.
rating?
But yeah,
Is that why?
he released his ratings for running backs?
Okay.
So he said Derrick Henry is the third best in the league. He's the third best. He's not the
Okay.
first best. He's the third best in the league. Now, the running backs above him are Jonathan Taylor and Nick Chubb. So
Respectable.
I understand where you're coming from, but that's bullshit how he's not number one in the league. And the only way this could possibly be is off injury, but that makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. I already had no respect. This guy was a clown in my head once he revealed the fucking quarterbacks. And now I only listened to his running back rating to make sure he was going to put fucking Derrick Henry at number one. And he fucked that up again and put him at number 3. So I think that Chris Sims is an absolute joke. Whatever position he has on ESPN or whatever analytics that he has is complete bullshit. He's a goof and he's a clown. And I think that he has no right to talk anything sports at all.
All right, Jesse, let's go right to you. Big Madden guy. Definitely know a lot about the NFL. I think I'm kind of in favor with the way these were rated based on recency bias and last season. I think that they're rated appropriately considering that they get re-rated every season.
This isn't Madden.
Jesse, what?
I can't give this list validation because Jonathan Taylor did that for 1 year.
Correct.
Rookie year.
Like I said, it's recency bias.
Yeah, it's recency bias, but at the same time, Derrick Henry was beating him. Jonathan Taylor had to catch up to Derrick Henry being injured for 4 weeks, like 3 or 4 weeks. Then
He doubled the league. He doubled the league for 6 weeks. It took them 5 weeks for anybody to catch up. When he got injured, he was still number 1 in rushing till like week 12. He was the best running
it
back.
took this man 1,500 rushing attempts, 3,000 rushing attempts from high school to now to get injured. So like, it was bound to happen sooner or later. But I don't think durability is a question for him or anything enough to move him down to third. He's definitely the best running back in the league. And Nick Chubb's a dog, but like Nick Chubb was getting switched out with Kareem Hunt. No one's switching out with Derrick Henry.
Thank you.
Except for Derrick Henry's newfound twin. But that's only when Derrick Henry needs a quick breather.
Yeah.
Luke, do you have any thoughts on this list? I know that you're getting more into football, definitely paying attention to running backs. Yours always get injured. How do you feel
We'll get to Luke
about this? You're muted, but
Well, to be honest, I really could care less because at the end of the day, it's not going to affect him in real life playing the game. So when it comes to the fantasy, I mean, fuck, it's not going to affect me. But then when it comes to the game, I'll just get the highest overall guy. I don't care who it is.
You don't care?
doesn't matter.
Not number one.
It doesn't matter.
The overall matters,
Whoever's
not the
number
name.
1.
Not Madden.
I got the pick. I know my picks this year. I hope they ain't taken.
You already thinking about that shit, man?
Bro, I stay thinking about.
It's
I'm
like
a reigning champ. I got
it's like a month around. It's like a month out, Dylan. Drafts in like
I don't
15
think about it until it
15
happens.
days.
First football
Like 2
game
weeks.
is September 9th.
We're getting close, Dylan. It's,
I enjoy
it's
my
almost
off
here.
seasons, all right?
Dylan, we have
So when it hits, it hits.
60 days.
Your off
or like
season is like
58 days.
every
till-
day.
My off season is every day until fantasy starts. And then it's
And then you're
and
like
then
paying
it's
attention
boom,
to it for
okay?
like an hour
And
a
then
day.
I've been to the finals back to back because once I get in, I get locked
How
in
many times you won it?
once.
Yeah,
I
just
won it 2
once.
years ago, and Jesse won it last year.
You're talking like you little back to back, you know.
I'm just
No
saying.
one's done it.
I know.
I didn't do it. You didn't do it.
You know, I
Jesse
won
ain't gonna
the
do it.
finals twice in 3 years. I
Well,
have that.
it's
Luke's
It's a nice-
turn, but
a nice
is
humble
Luke's turn to
brag.
win.
you're gonna have to go through me.
It is Luke's turn, but we'll see about
I'm
I
that.
gotta step up to the plate.
Waiting for the year. There's even
Barkley
divisions.
is gonna take me to the top.
He's gonna
stay
For the
healthy.
third year in a row.
Wait. Did I just
He
hear what I
gar-
think
he-
I
I
heard?
basically
said
just got a
Barkley
guarantee he's
again.
going with Saquon for the third year in a row,
That'd be fourth.
barring or
Come on.
fourth year in a row,
Who the fuck
barring
is this
all
guy?
injuries.
You know what the definition of crazy is? It's doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. So
Yes.
I think you're.
So
fucking
I think
crazy,
he's
bro.
insane.
Saquon's his heroin.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say he's insane. But Julio Jones, someone that you might be interested in picking up on your fantasy team this year because he's going to be getting the ball from Tom Brady, possibly if he plays, or maybe he'll be injured the whole year again. We'll find out. But Julio Jones signs a 1-year deal with the Bucks. Luke,
Of course.
You know, this is huge for Brady because Gronk ain't coming back, so he needs another old fucking player
Oh,
to
you've
fill in the
accepted that
gap.
Gronk isn't coming back now, Luke? Have you accepted it?
I mean, no, but I mean, Tom has to believe he's not coming back right now. So Tom's like, okay, I need another really old player that can just fill a spot, that can just toss the ball to from time to time and get the job done and have a good time, have some fun.
that was the most old man way to describe it, and I think it made perfect sense because you are talking about the oldest quarterback in the league. So safe to say. Jesse, do you think Julio Jones will have a significant impact on the Bucks?
I think he will play the role Gronkowski did from wide receiver. He will be that guy that, he might be a little safety net, get you a couple yards, or like be that end zone target. But at the same time, they got Godwin and Evans. So I don't know. I think he might get like.
You think he's gonna be like that? You know how you're placing like that's usually they're like the Sunday night game. It's like who's gonna get 2 touchdowns this game and. Oh, Gronkowski gets 2 touchdowns out of nowhere after nobody bet him because he's gotten 0 touchdowns in 3 weeks. It's going to be one of those type of deals.
Yeah,
I think it might be one of those.
He'll be an inconsistent scorer. He'll probably get like 7, 8 touchdowns in the year, I think.
I think when we're said and done, we'll be like, he had a decent year. I don't think anybody will be like, he had a bad year, but I don't think anyone will be like, he had a fantastic year. I think
at the end of the day, we're going to come back here and say, well, he got injured week 2, so.
If he stays
Can we really base it off just 2 weeks?
if he stays healthy, I think that he'll just be consistent. Or inconsistent, but I think that his numbers will be all right at the end. But the chance of injury, I have to agree with Tyler. It's pretty fucking high.
But with a little bit more here, Kyler Murray. I know we talked about his new giant contract that he signed for a bunch of money. What we didn't talk about very much was that this man is required to do 4 hours a week.
And Stafford is going back for another ring guaranteed. That's how you feel, Fuller?
Wow.
Guaranteed?
Fuller take.
Fuller take. I'm glad I got cut off for that.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. Anybody out there agrees with that or disagrees, let us
Tyler,
know.
do you agree with that? Because you're the one that rode the Rams last year to win it all, so I feel like you might.
Yeah, but I gotta I gotta see more before I start making those kind of predictions. Who's gonna
Still
be out
early.
here
Training camp just
after
started
2
today.
weeks?
I get it.
By week 3, I'll know who's gonna win the Super Bowl. So talk to me then. I'll tell you who to bet on. By week 3, I'll know who's winning the Super Bowl. But Kyler Murray, he's required 4 hours of study time per week to make sure that he watches film. Now, this is extremely embarrassing that this got out because it's very bad for Kyler Murray. Obviously, this is not something that you want the NFL knowing about. You don't want the other team knowing that your quarterback doesn't really watch film because he doesn't fucking really care. And
Your
it really
own
makes
fans.
sense because that playoff game, it kind of looked like Kyler Murray didn't watch the film.
Exactly.
So they're like, hey, we're not doing
First
that
thing I
again. So
thought
if we're going to pay you this money, you're not going to not watch film again because that one time you didn't watch film. This is what happened. And Kyler Murray's like, all right, yeah, I'll sign the contract. Yeah, that's a good deal. Okay, don't talk
I
about it.
love that you
And
said
they're like,
that.
oh, okay, well, everybody figured it out.
I love that
I'm
you said
pretty
that.
sure, didn't he admit to not watching film when he played the Lions last?
Yeah, but that
I
one's
wouldn't
fair.
watch film for the Lions.
I mean, yeah, it is the Lions, but at the same
But
time,
still,
now
like,
that you
shouldn't you
now
know what
that
you're
you
doing?
know about this contract, with that
It's like,
in
dude,
it,
was he ever watching film?
That's true. Now that you say
No.
that was just leaked when it comes to the Lions. If we know he probably wasn't watching film from when they played the Lions, week what? Well, do you remember what week
I
that
couldn't
was?
give you. I could not give you the week
beginning,
number.
middle, or end of the year.
No idea.
Shit. Okay, well, we're gonna go with middle. So if they played them in the middle of the year, and then that playoff game happened at the end of the year, I'm gonna say from a good period of time, there was probably multiple weeks where Kyler was winning without watching film. So he was like, oh, I could do it. Get to the playoff game, probably didn't watch film for the Rams game, and we all saw what happened then. That's just what I think happened.
Hey, look, you're not entirely wrong. Look, regardless, it's super embarrassing. If it's totally true that Kyler Murray doesn't watch film, I can't believe they just paid him all that money. But then again, he's not required to. So there's that. Next up, Chris Carson. After only 5 seasons in the NFL, has retired the running back for the Seattle Seahawks. I know he's usually just a waiver wire pickup for everybody every year. A little waiver wire action. And then he gets injured. But he's going to take his money from the NFL that he's got, and he's going to go elsewhere and do other things with his life. So Chris Carson retires at 5 seasons.
Only 27, bro. That's tough.
Well,
That's
is it tough?
The
He's made a lot more money than I've made so far, and I'm 22. So
Yeah, but when you're 27 and you got injuries like that at such that age, and you have to pretty much be forced to retire because of those injuries, it sucks.
you got something there?
Yeah, I do. It's UFC related, but it's so funny. Juliana Pena plans to go toe to toe with Amanda Nunes. We're quote unquote. We're going to see whose ovaries are bigger.
Huh?
The equivalent of guys
about
saying
time
who has the bigger
that
balls.
Women start trash talking about ovaries and stuff. I feel like this is long overdue. We say this kind of stuff all the time as guys. Why is this not a normal thing?
Sorry,
They should be walking around left and right saying like, "Oh, let's see who has the bigger jugs," like
Let's see whose tits are bigger.
see whose tits are stronger. It's like let's figure this out. Let's see who's got the iron buns. Like, let's get to the bottom of
They
this.
should, bro. They should.
Come on.
We say it.
I have no idea what we were talking about before that.
Chris Carson.
Yes. Next up,
Football.
Chris Carson was gone.
No, it was
So
yeah.
Jimmy G,
Ah,
the wheel of Jimmy G. Where will Jimmy G end up? We're gonna start with Jesse Carter here. The Wanderer. Where do you think that Jimmy G is gonna wander to? Because he's gone. They said that they're moving to Trey.
watch him.
You will see Jimmy G with a group of people who are either A, perfect for short passes, and that is the Saints, or B, a team that is unexpected, but it may just be exactly what they need, and that is the Vikings.
No, they're not going to give. They just gave Kirk all that fucking money for no reason. Remember
Money
they gave him that stupid contract? I think he's going to go to the Giants.
Damn it, I forgot about them.
I'm going to say he's going to go to New York. I'm going to say he goes to the Giants. I'm going to say Danny Dimes ain't shit. I'm going to say they need a QB. Jimmy Garoppolo can fit pretty well in the Giants.
Has Washington made any QB moves?
Can't say that.
Other than getting Carson Wentz.
No.
Oh, shit. Yep.
Oh,
They just got Wentz,
Never
you know.
mind then. Never mind then.
The
Other
only
than
Well,
that,
it is Wentz, so I mean they still could.
Just to help
But they
you
did
out-
make a move.
Just to help you out, the biggest teams in mind, I would say, are probably New Orleans, Atlanta, the Giants, and maybe Seattle, but probably not.
Yeah, Dylan, I was thinking the Giants as well. I think that they are probably my top pick for, honestly, the team that it would fit the best, because I think that Danny Dimes, as much as a lot of New York fans like him, I think more fans dislike him because he really ain't it, Chief.
No,
Neither is the offensive coordinator y'all had last year, but
he's
it
gone.
didn't help. But I
Yeah.
still think that Danny Dimes is not the guy.
It might not even be Danny's fault. I want to see him with a team that doesn't miss its most important players and have an offensive coordinator who isn't dog shit. He may never get that chance though, so
Yeah, that may never happen.
he might just have a tough career off of.
You know you could. No, he's not gonna. You want to know why? Because you got to think about this. Danny Dimes, and in nobody's head, was going to be that quarterback over in New York. The fact that he was even the starter and got picked up and was a quarterback there was a shock in a lot of people's heads. So when he played as decent as he did starting off, it kind of shook a lot of people's heads. Like, wait a minute, Danny might be something. Now, did the offensive coordinator hurt him a lot last year? Fuck yeah, he did. But I will say that the interceptions he threw and the mistakes that he made, he didn't help himself. So I think that he was already in a position where being in the league and being on that team was a shock. I would find it very shocking if he got a second chance.
Do you know what also doesn't help? Going for an 80-yard run to the house and tripping and falling
Yeah, he should have stayed on his fucking feet.
with no one around you.
It was the turf monster. You can't blame him for him popping up.
Oh,
MetLife
you
Field.
kid.
MetLife Field does suck.
You don't know about the turf monster, Luke, if you can't give that man the turf monster excuse.
The Turf Monster, bro.
That
Just
was the
go on YouTube
gumpiest-
and type in the Turf Monster. It's a hell of a video. I'll tell you that much.
That's actually very
Yeah,
It's
true.
worth, it's
That
worth
was
the
one
watch.
of the gumpiest falls I've ever seen.
It happened, bro.
It was.
That little
It was
guy.
bad. We got a couple more here. Next up, going to Chicago. The Windy City might not be so windy at Soldier Field because they possibly could be getting a roof. The mayor is fixing for a roof. I think this is all revenue based. They just want to be able to have like more concerts and stuff at Soldier Field in the summer and whatnot. Dylan is holding up a picture on his phone for anyone that wants to see that. There it is.
Nice.
Soldier Field might be getting a roof, but
So,
you can
yeah.
also see that picture if you just look it up your fucking self.
I'm trying to help out.
Soldier Field. What do you guys think? It kind of kills the tradition, but then again, tradition is always meant to be broken.
We have
Dylan.
enough domes. We have enough domes in the NFC in our division. I mean, we got Minnesota's new stadium.
I think they want a Super Bowl.
We got a roof of the dome. You want to know why? They made the number of people there the exact number you need for a Super Bowl. It's like 70,000 or whatever. They made it the exact number, as if they were saying,
But you need a. But
We
you.
only
But
are-
nowadays you need a dome for a Super Bowl, though. That's the thing,
right. So it's almost like
because
they're
they won't
making
have
this-
bad weather Super Bowls.
But they're also doing, they're
Unless
obviously,
it's Miami.
with every new stadium, it feels like everybody does this as well. They're going to make it a whole thing where connected to the stadium, it's going to be like a mall and a whole shopping experience with Chicago to engrave to the stadium. And they're going to, bring more to the downtown area but I'm like, Chicago's already a nice place, downtown. I think that they're making this a thing where it's going to be, how I always just think of Detroit because we have it just like it, how we have all of our stadiums together. They're going to make it like, they're going to be far apart, but in between where all the stadiums would be in Chicago, it's going to be like the skyline and all the places in between that people would visit. So it's going to be like a giant tourist area in Chicago when it's all done. But this is all just in the plans. I got really interested. Sorry.
Well, does anybody else have comments on Soldier Field getting a roof? Huh?
I did a lot of digging. I'm sorry.
Not really. I mean, there's just gonna go up when there's bad weather for football games, and it's gonna go down when it's nice day for football games. That's about it.
No, it's gonna be up forever. I think.
Yeah, I think the snow
think,
games are
Right?
kinda
Isn't it just
gone
like a
now.
dome,
Yeah, it's gonna be like
like
so
forever?
Not a
Okay.
collapsible one.
I don't think so.
They ain't got
They didn't say that.
Nah.
the team
I
ain't
wish
bringing
so.
enough in to get that.
Excuse me.
They
Justin
won't
Fields
win.
ain't. Justin Fields
2022
ain't getting done.
pro teams would
Right.
use top technology.
I
Oh.
agree, Luke. I feel like they should.
It's market based. Maybe they can't afford it. I don't
Still
know.
2022.
But Soldier Field may or may not have a roof in not this season, but in years to come. But they also Chicago might just be moving their entire team out to the suburb area. So God only knows what's going on in Chicago. But we're gonna go to Jesse first for the last little bit of NFL news here, and that is regarding wide receiver Michael Thomas saying he is officially back. Jesse had a question that he came up and asked me before the podcast even started, and I said, "Wow, good podcast question," and didn't even answer him because I figured it would be better said on here. Jesse, we'll go to you. Michael Thomas.
Is he valid in fantasy? Would you pick him up? Is he going to come back and be that guy who's leading the league in receiving yards before he's injured again?
God, so fucking hard to say. Because I want to say yes, because of what I've seen when he wasn't hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say Michael still has high value as someone in fantasy. I don't think that.
But remember who was throwing him the ball before he left for 2 years?
Yeah, I know that was Drew Brees, but their quarterback
That
now
makes a difference.
Their quarterback now. Someone remind me who it is, please.
Isn't it Winston?
Jameis Winston, baby.
Jameis. So yeah, see, so I think that Jameis still likes to throw the deep ball. I think Michael Thomas is
Well,
still a deep threat. I would say yes. I still view him as a high wide receiver in fantasy.
Listen, Dylan. Everyone knows Jameis likes his deep ball, but everyone also knows there's a 50% chance it's going to be accurate and going to his own team.
So you would say Michael Thomas.
It's like the definition of the 50-50 ball.
And then he got injured. He was doing all right.
Until I can see. No.
Luke, you're saying?
I gotta back him up.
Until I see him connect with Jameis Winston, I don't think he's as big, like not as near as big as he used to be with Drew Brees.
All right, you got one yes and one no, Tyler. You're the decider here.
Look, I still think he's probably going to be like a high quality fantasy running back, wide receiver, regardless of who's throwing him the ball. It just depends on, I guess you got to look at their schedule and be like, all right, Michael Thomas, you're clearly wide receiver 1. Who are you going to be matching up with every week? Because Jameis Winston, yeah, he'll throw the deep ball, but then again, the accuracy is not always there. And Drew Brees was accurate on the short balls and the mid-range balls, and Jameis Winston, I just think, is not the same when it comes to that accuracy. So I think he'll still be a high-valued fantasy wide receiver. I just don't know if the value will be what it was 2 years ago.
His pick, okay, I'll say this: his pick value is not going to be as high because no one's going to want to take the chance on a questionable if he's going to actually connect with Jameis Winston over a wide receiver.
And if he's actually going to play all
connection.
year, it's not guaranteed.
That's also true.
Well, their only other
There's
threat is going to be
very
That's
few
so weird.
guarantees with him at the very moment, and you would ultimately not want to waste a high quality pick on that. If you could snipe him lower, that's highly ideal because you can deal with those issues at a lower pick, but not waste one of your high picks.
You mean higher?
No, if you waste,
I'm thinking of it backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I think he's still going to be the only threat on that team besides Callaway.
He probably will.
Which is
Don't
why
get
it
me
kind of
wrong.
lowers his fantasy value because he's like when TJ Hawkinson, I picked him up as a tight end last year. When he was the only guy that we had to target, he's double covered every time. So it's tough. And so we'll see. But I think that'll definitely play a role. We do have one little tidbit of the NHL for an NHL update here, and that is a tough honeymoon for Bjorkstrand. Dylan, what's the situation here?
We got a tough cookies type of story over here.
That's exactly what it sounds
Ah,
like.
not tough cookies.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to describe it. So, how would you pronounce his name? Tyler, say that again.
Bjorkstrand.
Bjorkstrand.
He bought a house, and then he got married in Ohio, and less than a week later, got traded to Seattle, and he was notified at his honeymoon that he was dealt, and he has now gone on to like tweets and quote tweets that have shown him saying that he's been fleeced because he was only been traded for a 3rd and 4th rounder. So clearly, he's pissed about this. I mean, he is an assistant captain and got traded for a 3rd and 4th round pick, and it all happened on his honeymoon. Luke. What do you?
Well, you see, you never like to be the guy who gets traded for just a load of shit.
A bag of chips. A hockey puck.
A couple of pucks, some water bottle, Coke in the
A
vending
used
machine
skate
for the
lace.
year.
And you're the assistant captain?
They probably slid in to stock the vending machines too for the year too.
Not on his honeymoon, though. Come on now. The guy just got married and bought a house in Ohio, and I know they probably fucking knew this. And he said, well, you know, that house he just bought.
He should probably be jumping for joy, to be honest. He's like, thank God I don't got to live in Ohio anymore.
Yeah,
he's not.
they did him a fucking favor.
He's quite the opposite. He's quite pissed that he spent all this money on a house.
I'm saying he should be.
Well, he'll find in the future that this was the right thing for him, and this is ultimately
He's
what
probably
he,
also
what
not
he
He's
happy.
gonna
needed.
walk-
Maybe it
he's
wasn't
gonna-
what he
right
wanted. It's what he
now,
needed.
He's
Which
gonna
is
walk out of his
fine.
house and be like, "Oh, there's actually stuff to do here now."
Oh
He's gonna-
shit! Look at that. There's not just farm.
He got traded to
Farm.
Seattle. He's probably pissed
And
because they ain't
farm.
shit either.
Well, let's go to the city. One-way road. One-way road. One-way road.
He's like, I'm going from one
That
ass
ain't no
team
city.
to another ass team. This is some bullshit. And a third and fourth round. You guys traded me for nothing and sent me to another ass team. What the fuck? I just bought a house. He's like, what was the point?
Just bullying. It's bullying, sir. That, my friend, is bullying. We have the NBA update now to get into, starting with the Celtics joining in on the KD trade talks. What's the Schmelio Delio?
So the Celtics are entering KD talks, and the Celtics offered up Derek White, a couple draft picks, Jaylen Brown, and it was declined because the Nets said, we like that, but can you add Marcus Smart? And they said, you're fucking crazy. We're not giving you Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Derek White, and 2 first-round picks. You're out of your goddamn mind.
I want to believe this wasn't true.
I agree. But you know what makes it true? Jaylen Brown went on Twitter and basically put an emoji summing up exactly how he felt about it. And the emoji signaled to everybody that he's not happy. He's kind of in disbelief and half pissed off. And I understand why. The fact that he feels like we just went on a finals run. I thought that this is the team now. And you want to trade me? Okay.
He had the 5th most fourth quarter points in a playoff run in history.
Let me ask you this, Jesse.
He carried.
So let me just ask you this, Jesse. Celtics, let's say this trade goes through, right? Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and a first-round pick go to the Nets for Kevin Durant. Who wins that trade?
The Bucks. I mean, Celtics.
What? The Bucks.
Congratulations, Bucks. You won this trade without being involved.
Good for them. But how do you say this? Okay, you say it's the Celtics. Now, do you think that the Celtics? Because this was my second question. If you said yes, I'm actually happy you said that. Do you think the Celtics could get Kevin Durant without having to give up Jaylen Brown, or there's just no fucking way?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think that getting KD is going to be a hell of a wheel, but I don't think you have to give up, your entire team besides Jason Tatum to do it.
Gone forever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even talk in trades about KD if I was them. Leave that alone.
Nah, and you guys just got Brogdon. That's a good piece for you. I'm going to be honest. That was your good piece, and I don't really think you guys need to do any more except maybe get another role player. But
They're bugging.
exactly. But now it's time to get some good goddamn news because finally it fucking happened. The Pistons brought back the teal jerseys. Yes, yes, yes. God damn it. This is amazing. I am so happy. I know everybody is so happy about this in the city of Detroit. The Pistons teal.
Not true.
Tyler already bought a fucking Pistons teal Jaden Ivey jersey before they even released because he's psychic and he fucking already knew.
I bought a black jersey. It has the teal logo and teal on it, but it is not a teal jersey.
What do you think their other ones are going to be? Their alternates are going to be, huh?
But I will get a teal jersey.
It's going to be that black one. It's going to be that one you have. But
I'm a fan of them.
we love him. Jesse, I know you're probably just as excited as I am. You have the teal Vancouver one.
I'm a fan. I love them. I like them. But not everybody likes them.
Which is
Yeah,
shocking.
no, not everybody likes him, Dylan. You said everybody does. That's not true.
Everybody in
A
Detroit.
lot of people don't.
No, the people.
No, a lot of
gotta
people in
remember-
Detroit don't like them.
You got to remember, when we wore these, we played like ass.
we were booty. Yeah,
Okay.
last time we wore these jerseys, we were booty,
The
so
hardest
they
jerseys
remind everybody of when we
wearing
were
nothing but
booty.
shit.
And older
But
people
we
don't
were
like the
around
color.
for that, so
Teal is a
we
bright
just
color.
think they're new cool jerseys.
Well, those people are on crack because these bitches are the sexiest thing that's hit a city of Detroit on uniform in a minute.
Yeah, I agree with you, but like I'm just
Right.
telling you that there's another side of this coin.
Are they all
Whether you
Are they all over
refuse
the
to
age of
flip
40?
it or not.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
No,
then I feel
35,
better. Then I
30s.
feel better. Thank
Yeah,
you.
30 plus.
Appreciate it. And then I feel okay with that because most people that watch our podcast aren't over the age of 45.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Next up, we got the 17 Warriors.
Jesus.
And the
Draymond's wilding.
96 Bulls.
Draymond's wilding.
Draymond, he wants a max contract. But
What was said? Let's hear what was said.
Draymond Green went on quote to say that he believes wholeheartedly, 100%, that the 2017 Golden State Warriors would beat the 96 Bulls. And I brought this up to Tyler and sent this to him just for the fact of I wanted to disagree. But I'll start with Jesse.
Listen, the in the paint prowess and the defense of the Bulls is why I'm going to give them the edge. But like, the Warriors shoot the ball better.
It will be a good game.
Like, it would go 7, whether people want to admit it or not. Like, if they played a 7-game series, I think it'd be 7 games.
I agree.
But I don't know. That's so hard because the game's so different.
I agree that the game's different, but I think that I would have to give it to the 96 Bulls. The defense, the aggressiveness, I think that that's just something that's just going to be the thing where you have to look at, because you're going to go, all right, the Warriors are going to shoot better. The Warriors are going to shoot the ball, but then you look at the Bulls, and they're also going to have their shooters and Jordan and Steve Kerr and their players that are going to shoot well for them. So you got to start looking at defense. You got to start looking at aggressiveness. You got to start looking at the picky shit. And that's where, like, I agree with you. I think the Bulls will come out. I think they will win. It would go to 7. It would be a great game. It'd be a great series, whatever it would be, if they were both, in their primes. But I would give it to the 96 Bulls. Tyler, I want your opinion because you're a Curry guy. What do you think it would be?
Bulls. All right. Time to get into the weekend best bets. Let's get into that.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Taking a quick break in the action here to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. Make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com because, hey, that's where you find our podcast as well as other sports, finance, food, travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts for your own personal needs. Whatever you're into, hop on there, check it out. Sixpackcoverage.com also has a shop where you can shop for all your favorite six-pack coverage wants and needs like flags and t-shirts, including the Ride the Tide t-shirt, which is out now. Be sure to check out sixpackcoverage.com today.
Alrighty, let's get into it. Starting with the weekend best bets review here. That'll be first up. So, weekend best bets review. How did we do? Dylan?
I don't remember my bet, but I'm gonna assume that it was good. What I tell you in the beginning of this podcast?
You don't remember shit?
The recollection window is gone, so I'm gonna assume that I did good, but I could have done bad.
Jesus
Boy, if you don't get your
Christ.
helium filled head ass out of here, how do you know you probably did good?
Well, here's
How'd you not follow it?
How you make a bet?
I placed the bet, and then
Because when you don't gamble.
okay, I'm going to do it right now. I promise if you start with somebody else and finish with me, I'll have it for you. So go to somebody else.
All right. Well, to start it off, my first pick from last Wednesday, well, it was a Patty first round knockout, and he submitted him in the second round, so that didn't go for it. And then my pick for Saturday fucked up his knee 15 seconds into the fight. And so they gave the other dude the KO win in the first round. Fuck. Not good.
Jesse, how did we do over here?
I had to come in. I had that the Tigers were playing the Twins. I don't remember the pitcher at this exact moment. But
The pitcher was Ryan.
yeah, I had him for 6+ strikeouts and the Twins win. That happened. He had 7 strikeouts.
Yes, sir. And I caught a fat L. Thank you, Yankees, for losing to Baltimore. Shout out. Dylan, did you figure it out?
Yes, I figured it out, and I was right. I had Cleveland upsetting the White Sox, and they won 7-4. So I got that.
Alrighty. Well, you know what that means. Weekend Best Bets review is over. It's time for midweek shenanigans. We're going to go to Luke. I'm assuming Dylan ain't ready, so Luke.
You're not wrong.
Well,
Midweek shenanigan, hit the people with a bet.
Here's the thing. I can only really give the UFC ones that are Saturday.
Whoa. That's not very true.
That is not true at all.
You could save that for Saturday.
Well, I would have to throw a random ass pick on baseball. Fuck.
Wow. Whoa. I think I'm here for it.
Fuck it. Just, I guess, D-backs to win Friday. Oh, Bumgarner's pitching.
You heard it. I wouldn't bet it. You heard it. Jesse.
Listen, you can't make the bet right now, so I'm gonna just need you to keep this in the mental for tomorrow.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani.
You asshole!
Huh? Oh, I'm stealing.
Let's hear it. I know. I saw the strikeouts. You're taking the over. You're taking the Angels to beat the Rangers. Let's fucking
Nope.
hear it.
I'm taking Shohei 7+ strikeouts.
Cockhead. That was exactly what I was going to say. Fuck.
7+ strikeouts.
Yep.
That's his over-under right now. It's a steal.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Shohei Ohtani over under strikeouts. I am going to travel over to the Giants game, and I'm going to take the Giants money line. I'm going to take the Giants to beat the Cubs. Giants money line is my pick for the midweek shenanigans. Dylan.
Why? That's what I just switched to. Well, I got my first one taken. I got my second one taken. Dodgers are after
Who the fuck is that guy?
the fucking Mariners plus 1.5. You heard what I just said. That's exactly all I have to say.
Ew.
What day?
Fuck the Astros.
You're giving the people a minus 184 bet? That's disgusting. Let them make some money.
It's almost like I had a first one that got stolen from me, and then a second one I went to that also got stolen from me.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you
sorry,
ain't
my
gonna.
bad.
Oh wow, I didn't know you were gonna get so
Hey,
offended.
Dylan.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna shit on my
At least,
Uh,
you know most
Yeah,
baseball.
No one's over here reading your mind. You
I
can't
got
You can't
I'll
get
take
mad
care of
over
it.
here.
I'll take care of this. Watch this.
This man.
Dylan, you know what? You can have Ohtani strikeouts. I'm going to take Vladimir Guerrero hitting a dinger against the Tigers.
Okay, shit. You're gonna give me that?
I'm going to give it to you. I want
You're
Vladdy
gonna-
dinger.
Are you sure you're going?
Vladdy dinger against the Tigers tomorrow.
I will take
Make the
Jesse
bet.
Steele. I will take Jesse Steele.
If you're not confident on Vlad, you can go Bo, but I'm saying Vlad.
I am wearing a Bo jersey, so I don't know. I would go Bo.
What is that? So, that ain't got nothing to do with this.
That's out in the universe. I'm just saying.
Midweek shenanigans.
I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking it fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
Well, all right. We got a UFC Fight Night recap from last weekend, and to start it off, we had Paddy Pimblett submitting Jordan Levitt and proceeding to teabag him in the second round.
He did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Yes, he did. Then moving on to Jack Hermanson, who took a third round decision over Chris Curtis. And moving on to the main event, Curtis Blades defeats Tom Aspinall via KO, but not the typical KO you'd think, because Aspinall threw a couple kicks, hit his knee on his leg, fucked up his knee, dropped to the ground instantly, and the fight was done within 15 seconds.
Yep.
And that was the main event.
But the highlight of the fight was Meatball Molly with another knockout, baby! That was the highlight of the card. Come on now, Meatball Molly getting it done once again.
The highlight of the card was Paddy doing what he did
Well,
and making
Patty,
the
we knew he
statements
was
he
going to do
did
what he was going
in
to
the
do.
press conference.
There was a lot more questions around Molly because Patty, we knew he was most likely going to win. Molly was a situation of, and I remember me saying this, okay, you had the highlight knockout. Are you going to get the highlight knockout? And I was wrong because I actually said on this podcast it probably wasn't going to be another highlight knockout. You got the highlight
Yeah.
in the UK. This will probably be a decision. Stood my ass wrong.
I'm never
She got
asking
another
you
one.
for advice on a bet again.
Andy, I understand. I only do good in UFC when it's against you.
Yeah. Well, the big story really from that one was Patty getting the finish and then proceeding to hop on the mic to tell the whole world that one of his mates back home had lost his battle with depression, to put it. Yeah. And it's just a sad story. He went out there, found out like 4 hours before the weigh-ins on Friday. He went out there, got that win for him. That was huge.
Yeah. And I think that message was really cool for him to, say to everyone. And it's true. If you have anyone that you need to talk to, whether you're a guy or whatever the problem is, just talk to someone, get some help.
He said
100%.
in a quote, he'd rather have his mate cry on his shoulder than go to his funeral next week.
Yeah, mental health is nothing to play with. It's a serious thing.
Please talk to somebody if you're going through depression. Get some help. Please.
Yeah, for real.
It's not a joke. But moving on to UFC 277 preview. For the fight number 1, we have Magomed Ankalaev going up against Anthony Smith. And Ankalaev is an absolute beast. He's kind of a monster right now. He's a minus 500 against Anthony Smith. I love Smith. I love him. He's a fighter. He's like Sean Strickland. That's who I can really only compare him to. And he just absolutely loves to fight. But he's going to get everything he's going to be asking for because he's going to have his hands full with Ankalaev.
100%. I think he should be minus 500. I'd make him fucking minus 600. I'm sorry. Magomed is on fucking tear right now. So I think.
And
that's
get
wrong.
me Magomed.
Agree 1,000%.
But moving on to the second fight on the main card, we have Andre Pantoja going up against Alex Perez.
This could
And
be
this-
a lot better than people think.
This could be fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
If Perez shows up, this could be fireworks. Because right now, I'm on Alexandre. I want Pantos.
I'm on Perez.
Pantoja.
Because I think the Perez that, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to see the Perez that I want to see, but I'm just going to go on the limb that I am. Because sometimes when he has the big fights and he shows up to them, like Luke said, there's fucking fireworks. So I think these two are just hopefully going to swing for fucking 3 rounds.
Pantoja has beat Brandon Moreno.
True.
And that is huge. We've seen Brandon Moreno go to absolute fucking war.
Moreno
So
just won the
beating
championship.
beating Moreno, that's kind of something. That shows me you can bang. And all I've ever been seeing and hearing about this guy is he can bang. But I'm still taking him. I'm taking him. Pantoja, that's my guy right there.
I hear you.
Fight number 3. We have we have him. Derek Lewis against Sergey Pavlovich.
Where's the fight at? Texas?
Actually, I don't think it's in Texas.
No way. This is
You have
huge.
to give me a second for that one.
I'm okay. This is huge. This determines who I'm taking in this fight. I want you to know that. Where is it?
Dallas.
I'm taking Sergey. He can't fight in Texas. I'm sorry. I'm not playing the game.
He can't fight in that one fucking city. This is a different city. This is fucking Dallas. And it's been a minute since we've seen a Derek Lewis fucking knockout. It's been too long. The fans are thirsty for it. We want it. He needs it. He wants it. He's gonna fucking do it. He's gonna
can't
catch
do it.
Sergey fucking slipping, trying to get a little eager, jumping in, and bop, bop, bop. He's done.
Why they gotta make this man fight in Texas again? It would be in Dallas.
Yep. Give me Derek Lewis.
All right, give me Sergey. I like that. Split again.
All right, now we got the co-main.
Yes, I've been riding
This
Kai for 2 years.
I have never been so split in my entire life
I've been
because we
riding
got
Kai.
Brandon Moreno going up against Kai Kara France. Kai Kara has proved himself as an absolute menace on his rise up, but also Brandon Moreno has absolutely proved that he can go toe-to-toe with the best, hang in there, and kind of, I mean, some people say, like, he should be champion, some people don't.
That's
But
true.
at the end of the day, he's not, but he's still a championship fighter.
I agree. I've just been riding Kai for over a year. I'm not
This
gonna
is-
stop riding him now until he wins the title. So
This is a big test for him. If he can beat Moreno, that is saying shit. Like, there's going to be not a lot of questions asked. He's not going to be as big of an underdog anymore.
he
But-
wins. He's got to be what, #1 contender for Figueiredo, or at least #2.
But at the end of the day, Moreno's Moreno, and he's a fucking.
I
He's a
know.
crazy motherfucker in the octagon.
I will
Give
say
me
I'm
Moreno.
not confident with Kai. Like, as confident as I've been against other fighters, because Moreno is a fucking dog. I think this is going to go to a decision. And I think these two are going to beat the shit out of each other. And I think it's going to be fight of the night. That's just me. But once again, that's 3 fights in a row. We're split. So it's going to be one of those cards for me and Luke. Great.
And then for the main event of the evening,
I still
this
don't know who I'm
Saturday,
taking. I have
we
no
have
idea.
the rematch of Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes. Amanda's
so
back.
Fucking
She's
split.
seeing red. She wants her revenge. She also thinks that Pena's weird after coaching tough with her.
Yeah, but I will say one thing as someone who's watched Tough every single week, and this is the one thing that me and I've made this every episode. Amanda don't give a fuck about coaching. She really don't give a fuck about her team. She is more focused on Juliana and this fight more than anything, where Juliana has been focused more on making sure everyone else around her is better than herself. I don't know if that's something that's going to be implemented in the fight, but it is something that I will say is a key thing I've noticed.
Yeah, cause the real champ is seeing blood. She wants her fucking revenge. One of the baddest women on the planet wants her belt back, and she will get it back. She's like, oh, you called me off guard with the blitz. I just couldn't recover. Oh, now I'm ready for that, bitch. Let's go.
I'd have to agree. I'd have to ride Amanda.
You
I
also
mean,
got to think she came off her pregnancy too.
what I was just about to say is, for what I've seen in Amanda, you got to think about it. That's the first time that I've watched UFC and I've ever seen her lose. And knowing how good she is, there's no way in fucking hell that she is one of those fight. Okay, they say the greatest of all time are the fighters that can get back down. It's not about what you do when you get down; it's how you get back up. Amanda is one of the greatest of all time, so I know for a fact she's not going to be somebody that stays down, and she will probably get back up and get a win. So I'm also riding Amanda.
I told you when she lost it, the pod after, I was like, she's going to immediately get that shit back.
I
this
agree
is
with you now.
This is a one-time wonder type ordeal for Pena right now.
I think that Pena. Don't get me wrong, Pena's a good fighter, and after watching Tough, I will say that she's a very smart fighter. I gained a lot of respect for how smart she is in the sport. She knows a lot. She knows what she's doing.
We're either going to see fireworks with Amanda Nunes on top, or we're going to see an absolute mauling with Amanda Nunes on top.
Either way, Amanda's going to be on top.
With her belt back.
That's a fair statement.
And that's my hot take!
Hey, man, I have to say, pretty accurate hot take.
And that's all we really got for UFC.
277 should bang.
That should bang. That is a fucking good. We got a decent amount of some UFC pay-per-view events that are pretty stacked.
Yeah. Should be good. But I believe after that, unless Tyler and Jesse are going to.
You're muted.
Hey, I got a fucking question. Jesse's cooking food out here. We're wrapping things up clearly. Okay. Here's the question. What's cleaner? All right. What's cleaner? Steak or raw meat, like Jesse's cooking for pasta, just beef, right out of the package, or your dick?
I think my dick's cleaner.
I would hope it would be your dick.
Yeah, I'd say my dick's cleaner.
Because Jesse's
dick has
telling
been-
me the
your dick
inside
gets
is
hot.
cleaner than the outside of everything.
Your dick gets
So,
hot, bacteria grows.
I'm wrong.
Dick gets hot. Your dick's in between 40 to 100.
Well, I mean, if you're catching it right after a fucking workout, then yeah, fucking obviously the
Yeah.
steak's gonna be
Well, like
cleaner.
I told Jesse, I was like, you can't wash the inside of your body with soap. I could wash the outside of my body with soap. So the inside of my body hasn't been washed in 22 years.
It
How
doesn't.
is that cleaner
But it's
than
not. Doesn't
the
mean.
outside that I washed like hours ago?
What the fuck?
What the Dylan? You need to take us out, bro. Dylan, take us.
What the fuck? Oh,
I don't know what the
ladies and
fuck.
gentlemen, thank you for watching Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. It has been a great Wednesday night, and we have loved every second of it. If you want any more
I want
of
to teabag him, lad.
If you want any more of the shit that you just heard, you can go on Six Pack Coverage, and you can find us, and you can find all your podcasts. Gone forever! On Six Pack Coverage, the little logo that you just saw Tyler poke up. And if you want to get some of these t-shirts, you want to get some of these Ride the Tide t-shirts that you see me rocking right here. You can go on the link. You can go on our Twitter. You can go on our Instagram at RideTheTide586. You can follow that link. Also at the Six Pack Coverage website, you can get some of these t-shirts. You can look clean just like us. Also, final thing I want to say, because Tyler started to sneak peek it, and I'm going to continue to sneak peek it and tease you. The Ride the Tide tailgate is coming soon. That's all you need to know. The locations and dates have been set, and those will be coming to you shortly. Tyler will give you more details on that in the next episodes to come. Thank you all for watching. The next time that we will be joining you will be Saturday, and the dates will be announced on our Instagram at RideTheTide586, as Tyler just said. Next time we will see you guys is on Saturday. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Peace out.
Peace.
You will fix this, Dylan. You will say it correctly.
Oh my God, he said he didn't.
Ride
say
the
it
Tide
again.
Sports Podcast, and we love you all, and all a good night.
Peace.
No. All right, I'll fix it. The dates have already been announced. They are on our Instagram already. Dylan's acting like I didn't do this. They're already announced. They're on our Instagram. Make sure you check it out at RideTheTide586 to find out the dates. If you live in Michigan, we're coming to you. We're bringing you merchandise. We're bringing the party. So stay tuned for more. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.